In this video, I will tell you about my trip to Iceland. Iceland is a beautiful, wild and nature-rich country with uncontaminated and breathtaking landscapes, also called the Land of Ice and Fire. I will tell you about my tour that I took during the summer, which is in some aspects the most beautiful and ideal season for traveling, and I will give you all my travel advices. I traveled the entire ring road and also a bit of the western fjords, and I will show you in photos and videos the most beautiful things I saw. But above all, my personal travel advice, precisely because a trip to Iceland is different from a trip to other countries and leaves its mark. As you scroll through the videos, you will find tabs at the top with in-depth information with specific videos on the individual locations. And in my blog, which you find in the description, you will find all the advice and useful information to read calmly if you are planning a trip. The first part we will see is the southern part. It is a very beautiful but also very touristic area. You will also find the most beautiful waterfalls and the Jökulsárlón Glacier. Unfortunately, Iceland is also affected by over-tourism in the summer months, so it is easy to find crowded places, but with a little trick, you will be able to avoid the crowds. Starting from Reykjavik and traveling along the ring road, the first attraction not to be missed is the Seljalandsfoss waterfall. Many Icelandic waterfalls end with foss precisely because foss in Icelandic means waterfall, and the first part of the name indicates the stream that feeds it. So this waterfall is fed by the Seljalandsá River, which means liquid river. The characteristic of this waterfall is that you can pass under it. So wear suitable shoes so you don't slip and walk around under the waterfall. This waterfall is 60 meters high, and initially the mountain you see was a cliff. Access is really easy. There is a convenient car park very close to the waterfall, and it is accessible to everyone. The first piece of advice I give you is about clothing. Always wear layers of winter mountain clothing and be prepared for rain and wind. Above all, always bring trekking shoes with you because the ground is often slippery and wet, even if you don't intend to go climbing or enter paths in highlands areas. Very close to this waterfall, just a few steps away on foot, there is a hidden waterfall, the Glaciers waterfall. It's an internal waterfall, so you can't see it from the outside. Before entering, use a complete raincoat and boots and protect your equipment, cell phone or camera from water. A few minutes drive from this waterfall is Skogafoss, one of the most famous waterfalls in Iceland. It takes its name from the Skoga River and is 60 meters high. It is very accessible and very close to a parking lot. If you don't want to find the crowds, I recommend you visit early in the morning or in the evening. In fact, a lot of the crowds come from organized trips that start at 9 in the morning and end in the late afternoon. In summer, the sun rises very early. Or in June, the sun never sets, and therefore you will always have a lot of light, and a great light. Continuing along the ring road, another place to visit is the wreck of a DC3 plane. In 1973, a plane crashed on this black beach. Luckily, everyone survived and was abandoned. It is a very popular destination for photographers, even if it is very difficult to reach. In fact, it takes a long path on foot or a shuttle that leaves from the parking lot. road, we arrive at the most famous black beach in Iceland, Reynisfjara Beach, which is also the most dangerous because of the waves. There is a sign with a warning that is always active, so if the light is red, do not go to the beach. There is also a small cave with some very beautiful hexagonal basalt formations. I also recommend you see the Black Beach from above by going to the Vestrahorn viewpoint. Continuing, you arrive at one of the most iconic churches in Iceland, the Church of Vik. The view is very beautiful because you can see in the background the Black Beach and the Reynisfjara stacks, famous for an ancient Icelandic legend. We continue and see the Vestrahorn Canyon. It is formed by black basalt that creates amazing contrast with the green vegetation. It is famous because some scenes of the Game of Thrones were filmed here. Following the ring road, we arrive at the Skogafoss waterfall. To get there, you have to follow a path of about half an hour from the parking lot. It is a waterfall formed by black basalt columns. Its shape inspired the famous church of Hallgrímskirkja in Reykjavik. Continuing, we arrive at the Jökulsárlón Lake and the Diamond Beach. This is the largest glacial lake in Iceland, formed by the melting of the glaciers of Vatnajökull. This is the largest glacier in Europe. It is visible very clearly on this map. Only the terminal part of the glacier and some internal parts, such as some caves, can be visited. Since I went in the summer, the cave tours are not available, but it is possible to visit the lake with tours in a dinghy or other boats. The footage you see were taken by me with my drone. These small icebergs that descend from the glacier reach the sea to form the famous Diamond Beach. These small ice formations that remain on the beach and slowly melt look just like diamonds. The last place we will see in this part is the mountain of Vestrahorn in the peninsula of Stocksnes, a very popular location for photographers. In addition to this, there is a Viking village. In reality, it is not a real village, but it was a set for a movie built in 2009 for a film that was never made. To access it, you need to buy an entrance ticket at the Viking Cafe and then continue by car. There is also a reconstruction of a Viking ship. All the travel tips for Iceland are in my blog that you can find in the description. You can read them calmly to plan your trip very well. Also, access the playlist with the other videos dedicated to Iceland. If you like this video, put a like or follow my channel. It's free for you, but for me is very important. Thank you.